But let's fucking go, everybody. Welcome once again. We're here with more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Second trial. Second case, first trial. Something tells me this case is only gonna be like one trial. I don't know how long they could really stretch it out. Like, but I mean, who knows? Maybe there is more. I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't do that. It's only over the first case that's one trial. But I mean, there's like something weird. One is that the entire investigation happened, and that was the longest investigation that I've played out of all of these games. Maybe that one time in the original Ace Attorney where I had to, I don't know, at least one investigation day. Maybe it was that one time when in the fifth case in Ace Attorney 1. But other than that, yeah. Where I am tired, it is hot. I may only stream for 2 hours. We may stop in the middle of this. I don't know. Let's just get started. Let's go in. Magical turnabout. We meet the new prosecutor. He's handsome. He has some history with Apollo. Who doesn't? I have heard memes that Apollo has like 3 backstories, and so we're about to get his 3rd backstory. I don't know anything about that, but yes, it is April 28th, 9:15 a.m. If we don't win this trial, not only will Trucy, who is our defendant, go to jail for murder, but also Apollo will be forced to work on a tuna boat. That was me opening a Mountain Dew. He'll be forced to work on a tuna boat to pay off the $3 million that we're gonna owe the dude because Trucy wasn't able to sign a contract unwillingly, which is illegal. Which you think, as his lawyers, will be able to be like, yo, he did an illegal contract. You can't do that. And but no, he really has an airtight plan. The person who instigated the contract, and now we have to pay $3 million because Trucy wasn't able to make the performance happen. This is all very fishy. I will take a sip of my Mountain Dew Voltage. Let's let's have the music play. Fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. You're so fine that we're gonna read the case report. So, here's the defendant, Trucy Wright, Dina Sykes, Phoenix Wright, Bonnie the Fam, who is obviously probably the murderer. But hey, could have a second trial. Who knows? Magician performed teleportation magic during the show. She is sweet on the outside, but actually a huge bitch. She's mean. She hates Trucy and is instigating all of this with this guy, Roger Ratins, producer at Take-Two TV, known as the Ratings Raja. He's famous apparently. The great Mr. Roos, the victim in this case, a magician who took the stage with Trucy. And MS Guy is our detective. She's back again. I'm glad. Last detective was not great. Not just because he was a murderer, but to be honest, I kind of liked him before he was a murderer. He was kind of annoying. I like that I shipped him with Blackwell, though. They were a nice ship. If only. Anyway, let's look at the stuff. We got the stage diagram, understage passage. We got set pieces. The coffin has a ladder under it, so Trucy went under the ladder and went in one of the other sides. Show script. Mr. Roos transforms to a dragon at 9:30 a.m. The hat trick. Bonnie teleportation trick. Trucy's escape trick, which is when the murder happened. And then 11 a.m. Mr. Roos's fire trick, which never happened. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. It was never ready. Meaning something. Meaning maybe that Bonnie the Fam knew that everything was going to go down, so she probably didn't ready it all. Get ready for that all. Mr. Roos was injured during a show 13 years ago and left Troop Grammary. Possibly Apollo's dad. Possibly. Oh, God. The Grammary Notebook. A Troop Grammary Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face is written inside. Fun fact, There is a trophy associated with presenting this notebook to Athena. Didn't get to do it. Tragic. Crime photo. The body that appeared in the coffin. There's a harness around his waist for a stunt wire. The fingerprint analysis. Print on the coffin lid, Bonnie the Fam. Prints on the side panels, Mr. Roos. And on the top panel, unknown. So that is why there may be a second trial to this, a second case day. Because we don't know who this is. Juicy wore gloves during the show, so none of our fingerprints were found. Mr. Roos's palm prints are reversed. Interesting. You can't really turn around in there, is what we've deduced, but yeah. And the fire bucket. Not only was it empty, but there are dust lines inside the pill. The performance contract! Oh, is it an entire how long is this? Okay, so only 2 articles. The first party will pay all expenses for the magic show. The second party will confer all program broadcasting rights to the first party. If through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million of compensation to the first party. Not great. Sucks. Juicy statement. Bonnie messed up Mr. Hat's position for the escape trick, placing him in the opposite the scripted location on the right side. As a result, Juicy had to quickly move the lifts under the stage. She never told anyone that she moved the stage lifts, so this is very important. The clipboard, used by Juicy to sign her contract, it was also instrumental in ratings Raja's dishonest dealings. The sword stand contains a rubber sword. Juicy says she swapped for the trick. But, guess it wasn't in a way. The stage lift 2. Stage lift Juicy had to move out of the way during the show since it was already all the way up. And in the show footage is a recording of Juicy's escape trick on it. Do we want to watch this again? We don't need to, but there is an important factor. One, we don't see the corpse get stabbed. We only have footage on Bonnie and Juicy for some weird reason. The cameraman is fucking weird. That shadow is important. That shadow is so important. At this point, we might as well watch the entire thing. We may watch it again during the trial. I'm so sorry you have to witness this, but let's just, yeah. So just zoomed in on Tracy. What a terrible cameraman. Fucking F-tier camera work. Look at this shit. Who does this? You want to look at the fucking event happening. You don't even get to see the corpse. She's like, what the fuck? And then something comes up again. So 2 things go up. I wonder what they are. That's it. That's all we got. Let's go into it. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up over all of this. Get together, Apollo. Yikes! Athena, when did you get here? How did you not know they were here? Are you... Dude, you dad zoned in? Try to relax a little, will you? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah. But I'm alright. I'm fine! You know, I did a little digging on this Nayuta Sahdmadhi guy. He's apparently not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? No fucking clue. I don't have the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Man, this is gonna be a cakewalk if that's true. Emma did say she talked to him for us, though. Here's hoping that went well. In any case, it sounds like he's gonna keep us on our toes. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can lead Trucy and the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. My mentor believes in me. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. Have to put on our big boy pants. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm fine. Apollo Justice. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. If you say so, Apollo. The trial will start momentarily. As the fight's ready. Yes, we're fine. Oh my god. Gonna fucking break his own cords of steel. Lucy's fate and the fate of the agency rest on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. He's just a little nervous. April 28th, 9:30 a.m. Why does the court date start at 9:30 in the fucking morning? Okay, let's go. They're on a 9 to 5, 10 to 6. Court is now in session, all right. Oh, court is now in session for the trial of Lucy Wright. And Mr. Judge and that little judge over there. He was cool, but he tried to kill me. He tried to get tongue shears on me. It's not great. The defense is ready, Your Honor. There he is. Oh, he's got a floaty neck, a scarf. Whatever that is. It's very peaceful. He's got an intricate design on his glove. And, the prosecution? Hello? Prosecution Sahdmadhi, is it? I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but... 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying! Yes. Yes, I see. You're a Quranist monk, correct, prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Quran. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I'm unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country, and may make many blunders. Hello, second. Monks that practice law is wild. Eh, it's not the craziest thing I've seen. There's a dude with a fancy set of goggles on his head that continued to drink coffee like it was in his blood. He seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy. Alright, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi. Your opening statement, if you would. Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace, known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Thank you to Sahdmadhi. He's really been making a name for himself, apparently, but... the nickname. Last rites prosecutor. I wonder how that will come into play today. There are people IRL who do that, Buppy. Nah. Who drinks coffee? The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin. It also has that on a scroll? You'd think they would use just regular printing paper. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out. Dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manov Mystery. Otherwise known as the Great Mr. Roos. We didn't even know his real fucking name? Manov Mystery. Man of... oh no, it's the Man of Mystery. God damn it. Man of Mystery. Great. Awesome. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. Autopsy report! So his death was just an unfortunate accident. It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus that this was a murder made to look like an accident.
I see. And you believe this crime was committed by the defendant?
After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I, unfortunately, had no other choice but to conclude as much.
So that's how it's gonna be, huh?
I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all.
Very well. And now let's hear from the defense.
Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. If the defense wouldn't mind. Could you please explain your reasoning? 'Cause we said so. My reasoning? Well... The defendant was acting a little silly, Your Honor. We all have those days. I would have to say that my main reasoning is because I believe in the defendant. I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? I want to find demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind. Putrid mind?
Prosecutor Sahdmadhi!
Excuse me, but I don't... I'm sorry? That went by so fast that I didn't expect it. What are you doing? Oh god, he's gonna banish me to the shadow realm! What? He actually said more. That was actually voice acted. Thank you for voice acting that. Can you voice act that from now on? I can't really pronounce all of that. I don't speak Japanese. I don't. If you don't mind me asking, prosecutor, what the fuck was that? Sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of tainted soul toward enlightenment. It is a Quranist incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused.
I see. So basically you're asking the defense to get real.
Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners, and to guide victims' souls to the twilight realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But, should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, clap, and I shall cast you down into the pit of hell along with Trucy Wright. Now, wait just a minute here. Putrid? Pit of hell? Is that any way to address someone in a court of law?
Let's go to Sahdmadhi. That may be the way you conduct trials in crime. But I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here.
Your Honor, you literally had a prosecutor attack people with a hawk. I don't think I was that extreme, but okay. That was but a Quranist sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize.
I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Quran, huh? Even still, that was way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun. Okay, first of all, it went from hot, now it's, the wind is fucking blowing in, so now I'm just thinking, the wind is going all over the place, so hang on, I gotta close the windows. All right. Oh, doo-doo. My headphones are tangled now. I need to not be tangled. I'll also help with noise, because sometimes fucking cars go by and it just blasts everything in. So let me check. Can I be heard? Don't want it to be muted by accident. Can I be heard? Okay, good, you can. Alright.
Well, depends, I suppose, the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Why don't we look at this look at this as a cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it?
What? He's insulting me!
Bailiff, please bring in the first witness.
Is it Emma? I thought you said you quit. You good, girl? Uh-oh. I thought she said goodbye to all the stackers. I don't need to make much noises. She's just going off.
This guy! The courtroom is no place for gorging yourself.
God, wait. It's just another day. What's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right? She, seems a little stressed out. Detective Scott, your testimony, please. Yeah. About that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright is innocent.
Oh, I'm sorry? This is very impartial.
Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Give the wrongdoer false hope. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But I... Let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. Oh, poor Sky. She's trying her best. Now she's chewing sadly. Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got to sign tons of paperwork or something for sticking up to Trucy. She and Prosecutor Sahdmadhi don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Scott. Alright. Please take a look at this poster. Man of Mystery has been cancelled. It's Troop Grammary. A poster from 13 years ago. Huh? It's just me, or is it a little different from the one in Miss Wright's dressing room? Yeah. This is a revised version of that poster. This one's since cancelled under Mr. Roos. That's right, Mr. Roos left the troop after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Roos's right forearm near his elbow. See the big scar there? Oh, that's a big M. He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick. Oh, that's quite a scar. Because of the accident, Magnifi Grammary concluded that Mr. Roos was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnifi announced Mr. Roos wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnifi's decision, Mr. Roos tried to go on stage anyway. This in turn caused Magnifi to oust Mr. Roos from the troupe on the spot.
He kicked Mr. Roos out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far?
When it came to magic, Troop Grammary was so passionate. Or should I say extreme about it that it caused problems with them from time to time.
Yes, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics.
And now the troop's successor has committed murder. It seems the troop's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality. And if you listen closely, you can hear the sirens in the background. They're ready to arrest Trucy right as we speak.
You sound rather extreme yourself, Prosecutor.
Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor. Ahem. As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Roos apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troop. He would tell those close to him, "I will get my revenge on Troop Grammary someday."
Revenge, hmm? That certainly sounds antagonistic.
Cancelled! 13-year-old poster, updated in the court record. And then, his chance for revenge finally came. If you would be so kind, Detective Sky. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? It's okay, we understand that you believe in Trucy. Just do your job, it's alright. We'll go for noodles after this, bestie. The victim planned to get his revenge on Troop Grammary during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Roos was going to first steal the Grammary notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge. And while he did, in fact, steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. That is an interesting motive. That kind of tracks. That's not good. It almost makes sense. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook stuffed, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Roos and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
Objection! That's nothing but conjecture. Objection! The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFam, gave up the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Roos said, and I quote, "I'm going to reveal all of Troop Grammary's secrets on stage today." What a fucking statement! Like, she said that he said this specifically. It's like at the, like, right as the fucking murder mystery is winding down, it's like, oh shit, we haven't had a motive for this person. Just have him say this line, it'll be fine. And then he just randomly says, "Yes, I'm gonna reveal the secrets on stage today." What? Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it? You're telling me. Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense. Also, this is a he said, she said. This is some bullshit. Oh, and what's that? Ooh, butterfly! Let it go and move on. Excuse me? Helping a sinner will only sully your soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life. What? I don't believe in that sort of thing. Apollo Justice frequents the atheist subreddit forums. Besides, I have no intention of giving up. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength not to whip this motherfucker's ass. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honor of being a mere stinkbug, at best, in your next life. Damn! This motherfucker called me a stinkbug! A stinkbug?
No then, Mr. Stinkbug. I mean, Mr. Justice. Your cross-examination, if you please.
He's so serious in this portrait. Oh, my little badges. Alright.
Hold it!
Hold it. Revenge after all this time? It's been 13 years already. Why now? I know, right? I thought that was pretty sketchy myself. I mean, wouldn't he have done it a long time ago if he was gonna do it after all? You said it so fast, I don't know what you're saying. I'm just gonna assume you're saying hold it in your language. Detective Sky, Self-indulgent outbursts such as those will earn you divine punishment in the form of salary evaluation.
God damn!
She holds her right to munch. Wait, that's what divine punishment means? Listen, girl's gotta eat. She's gotta buy them snackies. Does the detective have her snack? This humble servant of the Holy Mother shall explain. Over a decade ago, Troop Grammary was at the height of their popularity, but then their reputation declined, and they had all but faded from public memory. Until recently, that is, when Trucy Wright sought to recapture their former glory.
The defendant at such a young age, too. How impressive.
Thanks, Judge! Yes, the accused's skill at magic is undeniably impressive. If she hadn't fallen into the path of sin, she would have had a bright future ahead of her.
It's always sad to see such promising young potential go to waste. What a criminal. Now then, Detective Sky, how did Mr. Roos plan to get his revenge? And please put down the snackoos before you continue with your testimony.
Don't listen to him. Yes, Your Honor.
You don't have proof for that. That never happened.
What evidence do you have that Mr. Roos actually stole the notebook? Well, you see, I... You gotta stop commenting on everything. Whenever you're ready, Detective. That's not Detective Sky. You have nothing to repent for. You should be proud of the fine forensic discovery that you made. Ah, crap. Forensic discovery? And what did she discover specifically? Detective Sky identified a certain set of fingerprints on the notebook. I had the notebook with me the entire time! Upon further inspection, she determined that they belonged to Mr. Roos. What? Detective found the fingerprints entirely of her own volition. For that, I must say well done, Detective Sky. Sure, whatever. Get a little too addicted to using your precious white powder, did you, Emma? This is how you do us right now, Emma? Now, Detective Sky, I would ask you to explain exactly how Mr. Roos intended to use the notebook to exact his revenge. Alright. Well, first he stole the notebook. Isn't he wearing, like, gloves? I can't see his portrait right now, but I thought he was wearing gloves.
Hold it!
Maybe he was gonna do that, except for the fact that that one person said it, but that's a he said, she said thing. I'm going to reveal all of Troop Grammary's secrets on stage today. That's what Mr. Roos said himself. Right? Right, but he didn't exactly specify which Grammary secrets he was talking about. But the prosecution thinks he was referring to the secrets behind Troop Grammary's magic. Yes, that is the prosecution's assertion. When the accused realized that Mr. Roos was to reveal her family's most closely guarded secrets, she naturally panicked. So basically, Trucy's notebook was hiding in Mr. Roos's things because he had stolen it himself?
I see. Truly a motive that only a magician could have.
Yes. That's what the prosecution believes anyway.
Hold it!
Do you really believe what you're saying, Detective Sky? Do you really think Miss Wright killed Mr. Roos to stop him from getting his revenge? Of course I don't think that, but... Yeah. Trucy, we know would never... Oh, it says it right here. It's Satura. If that's how you pronounce it. Keep your private considerations separate from your public duty. I warned you about this very thing before the trial began, did I not, Detective Sky? Yes. You did. Please recite my exact words to you. Emma Sky, you're a detective first and foremost, not the accused's friend. Remember your duty and fulfill it faithfully. Excellent. So you do remember what I said to you. I prefer not you don't have lip about it, but okay. Your devotion to your work will be rewarded, for the Holy Mother sees all. Much. This Holy Mother is no scientific concept I've ever heard of. Those two really don't get along, do they? Well, science and religion go together about as well as oil and water. As I was saying... Murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secret. Not a fan of that. I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Beats me? What do you mean, beats me? What? The basis is beats me? I guess I could beat that basis as well. All I could. With all the evidence I have. You'll have to ask Prosecutor Sahdmadhi over there. Because he hasn't told me his reasoning either. Much. Detective Sky. Your feeding of information to defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of your acts, which go against your duty, will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, I may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer. Damn! Please don't get me kicked out of the forensics unit, anything but that. Poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, what are your grounds for claiming homicide? It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. Oh, goddammit. I realized it had been moved. Moved so that Mr. Roos would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake. What? Mr. Roos, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder, shown here on the left. He was to climb into the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area, after being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1. Mr. Roos was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to mark the downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up into the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into. Oh! I just realized her fucking face. So I was like, oh! And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape. But of course. Detective Sky. Huh? Okay, god damn it. Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. God damn it! You what? He actually had proof? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on? Absolutely not.
Detective, please add that information about the prints on the tape to your testimony.
The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show.
Hold it! Get them in before the show.
What made you think to check the luminous tape for prints? Well, I bet it was detective's intuition.
Or she just tested everything.
I tested not just the tape, but just about everywhere for fingerprints. Oh. I dusted pretty much every single surface in the theater. I mean, it was so nice to be able to dust for prints without anybody getting mad at me.
It's great that you're enthusiastic, Emma, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic.
The tape was moved to guide Mr. Roos into the coffin that was downstage. If that's true, it does sound like a murder rather than an accident.
It certainly doesn't help that Trucy's prints are on the tape.
I wish I knew what sound would even be appropriate to make in this situation.
So we do actually have to contradict something, okay?
Well, we do have a new statement. Guess she must have moved it during the show. I mean, it took her a while to do that. Does she have gloves? Hang on. This is happening. I need to look at her hand specifically. I mean... the puppet here has gloves, so she could have gloves. Why would she take off the gloves just to put fingerprints on the tape? Doesn't make any sense. It's just gloves. I guess I could use this. Since during the show she had gloves on, then why would she take them off to literally incriminate herself? Unknown fingerprints on the top.
Objection!
Oh, come on! The witness statement contradicts this piece of evidence, Your Honor.
What part of the testimony is inconsistent with the evidence?
Huh. That's funny. I thought I saw an inconsistency a second ago. I guess it disappeared. Like magic. The murder occurred during a magic show, so crazy things like this are bound to happen.
Oh, really? Well, let's see how magical you think a penalty is.
Seems pretty normal to me, Your Honor. Some bullshit. I'm not taking that one. Listen, she was wearing gloves, so why would she have fingerprints on the fucking luminol tape? To be fair, I didn't see her before it. Diagram, the show is performed. Bonnie's script, the fire truck was canceled. Juicy wore gloves during the show, so none of her fingerprints were found.
Objection!
Okay, I understood what the contradiction was. I just picked the wrong evidence. I'm sorry, Detective Scott, but there's a flaw in your testimony. Oh, really? Oh, thank God. The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would leave prints on the tape at the time.
It doesn't.
Please consider the fingerprint results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on or in it. That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin. Huh? I think you realize what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Dun dun dun. Oh! She must have left the print sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Oh my God, it's Paolo's new version of his theme. Let's just do it. Oh man, this is a jam. This is a bop. Paolo's theme has always been pretty good. Oh man, it's remixed. Oh, it's alright. Just got lost in the sauce there. Oh my. But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that. Oh, thank you, Emma.
Well, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, if the defense's argument is true, then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim.
I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I had thought. More than a stink bug at any rate. Is that a compliment? Come on, you can bump me up to at least a stag beetle now, can't you? Would that really be any better?
Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool.
Those huge mandibles up there?
Satura! If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question. Alright, shoot. Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide and entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it.
So what you're saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right?
Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter.
I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extenuating circumstances, and the severity of the crime could be mitigated.
Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident?
This is it. The all-important question.
The defense argues that Mr. Roots' death was a murder. Not by my defendant, but by someone else. The defense maintains the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but a murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else?
Everyone's chatting up a storm. That is quite the brazen claim to make. And when wholly without grounds, your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness.
Would you shake your head at me?
Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. Can you be a red pepper? I've been demoted to a vegetable?
Wow. I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant.
In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours then. Alright. Before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin?
Very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
It was magic! He was killed under stage. He was killed in the coffin. This is important. He could have been... If he was killed in the coffin, that just... I don't know. I was under the belief that maybe he got killed and put in there at some point in time. Could have been killed under stage. That's my guess. Killed under stage. Somehow. I don't know. What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go?
Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword would have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi?
That is the third time.
The third time of what?
Did you just throw beads at me? What in the heck is this? Thank you, sir. What does it mean?
Ah, again!
And then Apollo died.
What do you think you're doing?
Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she is struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you need to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? This is what you deserve for interfering in my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Quranism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake.
Huh? A cornered lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right?
No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog defense.
What exactly is your point anyway? Yeah, give me a rundown here.
Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see, the people in the show were Bonnie the Femme, the victim, Mr. Roos, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie the Femme was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show, except for when it wasn't on, the camera was not on her. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now do you see?
Stop clapping at me!
The accused killed Mr. Roos as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! Oh. No, that's not great. Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. I can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole.
Objection!
Oh. Thank you, Dina.
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here.
Okay, I carefully also, I just his voice sounded familiar, and I carefully have Googled who voices the prosecutor whenever he does certain things. Also, thank you for redeeming that. And it is apparently, I knew, I was like, it has to be. Is it Matthew Mercer? And it is indeed Matthew Mercer. Matthew Mercer voices Nayuta. Shout out to Matthew Mercer. Does a great job as always. Even though he says only a couple lines. So yes, thank you, Adina. Yes, raise the objection. Adina, what are you...
There's something I want to point out, Apollo.
I'm sorry. Who are you? You strike me as a mere child in continence.
I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same.
And you would contribute to discussion in what would that capacity?
I most certainly would. With therapy. Oh, you just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl.
Yes. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. I mean, I don't want to assume, but I'm pretty sure she is. Your Honor, please send this little child's guardian to come take her home.
Hold it! I'm not done with my sermon.
You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, you know.
Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would have to be hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up and put it in the coffin.
That's true. It does seem like it would be rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it.
What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's a child now?
In my religion, the priestess of Quranism are revealed as pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I respect women. I also think highly of the female perspective.
This is the man who called this fair maiden a little child.
Fair maiden?
Who?
Damn. I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused, Trucy Wright, that is.
You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that'd even be possible.
But of course. Oh, butterfly. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up.
Huh? Wait, you really can explain it?
I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness.
Well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor.
Alright, which one's gonna be, Bonnie or the other dude? It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial.
He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could he?
It's pretty hard to believe.
Excuse me, but may I step down now?
Oh, yes, I suppose you may.
One moment, Detective Sky.
I'm sorry for, the way I handled all of this.
You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable.
It was?
Yes, you served well as a detective and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work.
Oh, well, yippee for me, I guess. That's great. Oh, thank you.
I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise. I would be too.
I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say. As long as you're not up against him.
Yeah, as long as you're not a defense attorney, he's pretty cool.
Now then, let's call the next witness.
I got it, sir. Hello. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Also, why did we have like a view of her foot and going up to her face? Like, we know who it is, you could just on her in. I guess they really want to be like, let's show off this 3D model.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It is very nice to meet you, all of you. I'm Legomorphing illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie the Fan. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for you.
Please, witness, there is a time and place for all things, including magic.
Aww, but it would be okay if I do just a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. Now's my chance to shine.
Shut up!
Damn, shit. Oh, he yelled so loud, I have to check my posture.
That is your second time.
Second time doing what?
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct?
Is that one exempt from his holiness's rosary of suffering?
We have your testimony, witness, once you've recovered from your disappointment.
Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her. But I guess I have to, don't I?
He's a huge fan of my ass.
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand Trucy right. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. I've stated all my motives in this neat little sentence.
Jelly, you're a real fan, alright. Destroying Trucy, you mean?
The understage passage.
I really can't believe Trucy killed Mr. Roos. But I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body if she used a stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have? If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Yeah, Bonnie the Bunny. You were on stage the whole time. And you're sure about that? There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she's shown clearly in the TV show footage as well.
I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Roos. Not little old me.
Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim on the stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty.
You've got to be kidding me. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
All right.
Bullshit!
You said you're a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right?
Oh yes. I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only a junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence, and then she proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and winning smile.
She certainly sounds like she means all of that. So, finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat for you, right?
Oh yes, after all, it was my chance to have her see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician.
Oh, look at that. Yay!
Then she murdered somebody. It was crazy.
It was not an accident. It was murder.
Yeah, what he said. What he said totally. It was murder.
Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Trucy Wright could have raised a body.
Hold it!
Uh-huh. What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right?
Well,
Actually, we did try it out for ourselves. You did? Detective Scott, if you would.
oh. So that's why you made me do that.
Detective Sky? What did he have you do?
The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with the stage lift. Without a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do it.
You're kidding.
It's as if he really can foresee all of our counter-arguments.
Don't underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
More like haughty.
I guess that means Trucy could have lifted the dead body up. Does that mean...
Yeah.
Is it possible? Could she have?
Is what possible? Could Trucy really have what? Mr. Pham, please finish your sentences.
Well, I...
Damn it, it didn't hit her head. Don't try to beat around the bush. Come right on and say it. Why not tell this court what you really believe?
What I really believe? Of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. She's such an amazing and wonderful magician. Would never do such a thing. But taking all the facts into account, what else can I think?
I know at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about yourself. Stop feeling something around me. How can you attack this girl when she is obviously speaking with reserve? Is it Shatura or Satura?
There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice.
It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing. You millennials. Looking at me like that isn't gonna help me stick my foot in my mouth, less your honor. Witness, please describe what the accused might have used to lift the dead body.
All right.
For the rest of my Mountain Dew in this cup. Stage lift 2. Hold it! Stage lift number 2. You mean the stage lift shown here on the left, with that rat coming in through, just rapidly zooming on by?
That's right. With a stage lift. I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up on the stage.
And so that makes her the murderer, in your opinion?
Of course not. I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh, brother, give me a break. How long is she gonna keep this act up? Defense, what position was stage lift number 2 in after the show? Let's see, if I recall, it was in the fully raised position. Not good. And the reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body, wouldn't you agree? Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell. You evil red pepper! I thought you were gonna hit me with that again. So now I'm also evil. Hold it! Really, now you go on stage, huh? You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down into the understage passage?
Huh? Don't tell me you suspect me now.
I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, lawyer boy. I'm right here in the footage. Or are you much of an idiot to see?
Huh? Oh, Mr. Pham, are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different.
Oops. Where did that come from? Right?
Again, snapped.
Oh my, I seem to have snapped there for a second, didn't I?
You didn't just snap, you broke character just now.
In any case, I was on stage the whole time performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance.
Flawless? That's odd considering what you told me. You said that you made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat.
Mr. Pham, so to what is the defense referring?
Well, I made a little mistake on stage.
Now that I think about it, was it a mistake? Or was it on purpose? Was it all part of your plan for some reason?
I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him in the left of the coffin. But I flipped it up and made him stand to the right of the coffin instead.
And because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage lifts around.
I really feel bad about messing up Trucy like that with my goof. Teehee.
Darn it, I don't see any consistencies with her testimony.
Now do you know who the real killer is?
Come on, Gramps, don't just sit there. Hand down your ruling, Prano. Do it quick before you keel over up there.
I beg your pardon?
God damn.
Oh, oops! Oh, what's gotten into me? I'm so sorry.
I give her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask. Even Apollo's like, I can see where this is going. I know where we're going at. Well, defense. Are you ready to let it all go now? Oh, of course not. I'll never give up. I see. I suppose this too is fate. Oh, get the scroll out here. The sacred scriptures of the Quranism describe a variety of hells for the damned. For someone like you who struggles carelessly against his fate. Papalbujin seems most appropriate. I probably horribly mispronounced that. I'm so sorry. What? Oh wait, it's Quranese. Oh, okay, don't worry, it's not. It's not. People boiling.
What sort of terrible place is Papalbujin?
A place where the one more struggles, the further one falls into the abyss. The bottom of the abyss, a ferocious beast awaits. I think of it as something akin to the antlion sandpit trap.
Oh, there's one of those in my backyard.
Wow. Grandest hell is closer to home than I thought.
Big creature in the pits. Satan, I mean, you know. Same diff.
Now then. It would appear that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution's claims. That the defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim on the stage. Time to go home. We're all out of here. I'm going home.
How are we supposed to get out of this jam?
Hey, Apollo? If you can't find any contradictions, maybe it's time to use my analytical psychology.
Time for science.
You mean... I heard some discord in Bonnie's voice while she was testifying. See? Witches is picking up on the noise in her heart, too.
That's right. Athena can hear things others can't with her super sensitive hearing. Super sensitive. She can hear the emotions people suppress. That's a kind of noise or discord in their voice. Are you winning, my son? I'm trying my best. This man keeps throwing beads at my head. Hello, Verde. Alright, Athena. Let's give it a try. You got it. Now I'm gonna give therapy to the bunny girl who's psychotically insane.
Your Honor? I'm afraid that our witness, Mr. Pham, is suffering under terrible, traumatic stress due to this horrible accident.
She is?
Yes, with what the terrible death on stage. And her beloved Trucy getting arrested. She's under awful strain and shock.
No, be nice to Bunny. I love her. I do love how much of a girl boss she is, I guess. But she's trying to get Trucy convicted of murder. So I don't think I like her that much. In fact, I don't think much more she can take before she's unfit to testify. She's also trying to get me under a debt of $3 million.
Oh, I've heard of that. What's it called? Postal stress disorder, right? It's when you play postal too long and... Oh, no. It's where a person becomes uncontrollably angry. I think I read about it somewhere.
That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD.
Oh, my. So that's why the witness acts so hostile at times. As if she were a different person.
Yes, and I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness.
Hold it! Huh? Therapy? You don't know the first thing about a magician's mental strength.
Postal stress disorder is when I sell too many things on eBay. It's like, I see the number go down and I wanted it to be higher than that. Oh no. I have to go to the post office every day. Deal with the bureaucracy of the U.S. postal system.
I risked my life jumping through rings of fire and having my body sawn in half. Oopsie! Boy, I have to watch my temper, don't I? Teehee!
Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this unfortunate young lady. She's gone too much through the postal system.
What are we doing? What the fuck is this? And what exactly is this child planning to do, Mr. Justice? What was this science? With her, super sensitive hearing, Miss Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions. That doesn't make any sense. Simply from tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what the person is feeling. Again, that does not make any sense. I can even pick out feelings that a witness is trying to suppress or hide. Widget projects the emotions I hear into the mood matrix, where I can analyze them. That sounds like bullshit, but, okay. It sounds like some sort of spurious devilry. Though I find it hard to believe, I might ask. How do emotions constitute evidence?
While I won't say that emotions can be taken as evidence per se, I have seen how instrumental Miss Sykes' work has been in cracking a case. Therefore, I wholly support giving it a try.
I see. You are in favor of Your Honor, and I have no objections. Even this mere monk can see that something disturbs the witness. She seems fucking crazy.
I'll disturb you, bitch.
Oh, thank you for understanding, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi. Apollo, you remember how to conduct a therapy session, right?
You want me to lead the session?
Of course, you're the lead on this case after all.
Fair enough, but I'm not a licensed therapist. Do I need a refresher? No, I'm good. I think I got it. I think I still remember from the last time, so let's get right into it.
Okie dokie. You ready, Widget? Let's do this.
Oh boy, time for therapy.
Oh
no! Sadness. You would be sad by this? Look at the evil smile. It's like, obviously she did it this way. Look at her. Look at her evil smile. She obviously took joy in this. On stage to time. That terrible mistake. Damn, she's a good actress. She feels sadness. Caused Trucy so much trouble. I feel so bad about it. Oh, okay. Got it. I have to say, Mr. Pham, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you said, I feel so bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. It's just, I think I can guess why you were feeling happy. It must be because... You made a mistake. You messed Trucy up. I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I?
You gotta be kidding me! Why would I be happy I messed Trucy up? I'm a big fan of hers.
Because we saw you. Yeah, we went through this before. She does have that cute evil smile though, like. We saw how you said you hated Trucy, right? You were glad she was in trouble, and even how it was what she deserved. Looks like hit the bunny on the head, so to speak.
Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we could get it down to 0%.
Well, Mr. Fam, are you ready to confess how you really feel? Say I have to hear this, Juicy, but it's factual.
What do you mean?
I'm Bonnie, the sweet, cute little bunny. I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol Trucy. That's the character I'm supposed to be!
Objection. Keep that up, Mr. Fam, and you're gonna have a mental breakdown.
I've seen it a lot happen in these courts. It's not great.
Just let yourself be who you really are. Who I really am. The two sides of you are fighting each other and doing your psychic harm. I can hear them. Two distinct voices battling inside you.
Shut your pie hole! You know nothing about it! Nothing know-it-all! I mean, you mustn't say things like that, or I make you flustered!
Mr. Fam, how long do you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? You can't end this therapy session until you get real with us.
Yeah, get real, girl. Set the wild beast inside you free.
She gonna have like a physical transformation? You good? Oh, fireworks going off outside. Look at her cute evil smile.
Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. You wanna see who I really am? Fine. Take a good look.
Oh. Magical girl transformation. Oh shit, she's a bat! Oh, maybe I do like her, damn. Oh, what in the world? Is she Batgirl?
Sheep's clothing. You've got it all wrong. It's a rabbit suit I've got on. And I'm not a wolf.
I'm a blood-sucking vampire. A bat with fangs and wings. Oh, no wonder Very likes her. She's a vampire.
I think we just opened Pandora's box. I'm finally done with that goody two-shoes cottontail act. I'm as free as a bat.
Nice little umbrella you got there.
What's wrong with her? She's crazy. Defense! Your therapy session has taken a turn for the worse from the looks of it.
We may have made her worse, Your Honor, but we can fix her. There's a perfectly good explanation for this. Yo, Athena, you got a good explanation for this?
Methinks I created a monster?
We blew it!
Hey, you lobster boy.
Huh? Me?
Lobster?
You think I'm glad Trucy's in trouble? That I think she's getting her just desserts? Well, guess what? You're right!
I'm not doing kick. Oh, maybe I should. Does this mean you admit to wishing the defendant harm?
Well, the bat is out of the bag now.
Oh, she does kick as well.
That mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, poor little Trucy had to do all of that hard physical labor.
So when you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to?
Because of Mr. Hat's new position, Trucy had to move both of those huge stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What a riot!
That's strange. Athena, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony?
Alright, I'll update the moon matrix with the new info. Huh. Hey, Apollo? Now there's a new inconsistency in the testimony.
Yeah, she finally slipped up, so what do I need to do now?
From this point onward, you just need to do what you do best. Find a contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it.
Alright, I've got you now, Bunny the fam. Boop, boop, she's a bam.
You know what? Serves her right. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts.
Which is a thing that no one should know. That's her statement. That's her report. Trucy's statement, yeah. Placing him in the opposite scripted location on the right side. Quickly move on the stage. She never told anyone she had to move lifts.
Objection!
So, how do you know that? What are you up to, girl? That doesn't make any sense.
What? So you think I'm crazy now?
No. That's not the point I was trying to make.
I don't hear you denying it.
Mr. Pham, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. Why is it k okay? In different tones, different ones. Pick one! Also, that just moved on its own. I didn't click anything.
That's right, and I still say that's what she just did.
But how did you know? How did you know Miss Wright moved the stage lifts? Huh? Oh? According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone that she had done so.
What?
So how could you possibly have known what she had done? Unless you saw her. You saw Miss Wright moving the lifts in the understage passage, didn't you? I'm just added it right there. It's not even a good addition. It's just sort of there, floating into space. So what, do you copy yourself or something? What's going on? Oh, it's the prestige! She clones herself! She killed her clone after the entire thing was over. She prestiged herself. It's a fucking prestige, bro.
You did it, Apollo. Noise levels are at 0%.
But Mr. Justice, wouldn't that mean?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Pham herself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. You are one artful liar, Mr. Pham, and one spectacular suspect. Oh man, let's go crazy.
Why, you shiny red lobster boy?
I feel like someone else has called Apollo a lobster. I just cannot remember at this moment in time.
You're saying I killed Mr. Roos?
I'm saying that it's a possibility. What's more, Pham, I say you had a solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before also. Just like they keep slamming their hands on this desk. That must hurt all the time. My apologies for raining on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point. Oh, really? The TV footage. Yeah, about that. Also, I will drink more of my water. Thank you, Stomachy. As you can clearly see, Mr. Pham was on stage the whole time. The entire audience can bear witness to that fact, including you. Oh. Yeah. Boop. You have just taken a long and senseless journey, only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage passage, which means the only one left who could have killed the victim is the accused.
Guess the party's over.
But Mr. Pham knew something
She couldn't have known unless she was under the stage. How do you explain that, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi?
It's quite simple. The accused must have told Mr. Pham about it, but then forgot.
Oh! Open your useless eyes, viewers, and take a good look at the footage.
If Mr. Pham was really in the understage passage, it would mean she was on stage and understage at the same time.
You mean she was in two places at once?
That does seem to be the only explanation that makes sense. It may be an explanation, but I'm not sure about the make sense part.
Then we'll just have to make it make sense.
Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time.
That is the defense's assertion. I've heard some illogical things come out of you before, but this is absurd.
I'm sure you'll change your tune once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor.
My gut tells me you're bluffing. But all right. Well, Mr. Justice, how do you explain how the witness was in two places at once? She teleported. There were two Bonnies. There were two of them.
It's a prestige. She prestiged herself. There were two Bonnies, Your Honor. I've never even watched The Prestige. I just know the fucking twist in the end of the movie. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it?
There were.
Two of them? I suspected you had a few screws loose, but now I see some are missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in this courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose two, no, 3 screws that I had should right in his putrid brain.
Very well, bailiff, could you...
Hold it! No, wait, please listen to my argument.
Oh, God. Apollo, we had this argument before. You remember the third trial? In the last game? That man said he had a body double. This is ridiculous! But, very well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least give it a listen. Oh, no.
As was argued earlier, Mr. Pham is shown in the footage the whole time. But at the same time, she was also watching Miss Fright in the understage pass. Also, I was just mostly joking. This is the actual reasoning. This is ridiculous. What's happening right now? The only possible explanation is that there are two Bonnies.
That almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi?
This humble servant of the Holy Mother is of the opinion that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws. But Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually two. We don't have to be bound to by reality, after all. We're talking about magic here. Magic. I'll wave my hands in the air. Mysticism. So if the Bonnie the Pham in the footage is the real Bonnie, then the Bonnie here on the witness stand, the one who must have been under stage, this Bonnie the Pham is our second Bonnie. She is? What? Say we call the one in the front of us Bonnie number 2. I believe I have just a piece of evidence to prove that Miss Bonnie number 2 exists. That a Miss Bonnie number 2 exists.
Oh? Then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice, because I have no idea what you're talking about. What proves the existence of a Bonnie number 2?
I guess my prestige joke has taken me to places that I never expected. Bonnie's script, the fire truck was cancelled due to the incident. This one? This is Bonnie's script. Someone was supposed to make sure the fire bucket was ready, but someone didn't? Oh! An unknown. Oh my god. The prints on the top panel. Unknown.
What's this?
During our investigation, we found a set of unknown prints on the coffin on the stage. These prints were most likely left during the course of the show. But they didn't match the prints of any of the people involved in this case. An unknown third party's fingerprints? I was not told of this. Emma must have kept it from him. Don't say it out loud. So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? Mr. Pham? Or should I say, Bonnie number 2?
These are your fingerprints, aren't they? Satura! Oh shit! Enough of this foolishness! One person could not possibly be 2! Those fingerprints could have been left, not only during the show, but at any time!
Objection!
It's not like you to lose your cool like that, Prosecutor Sahdmadhi.
Yankee Yankee. And I'm sure you know that. Exactly when the fingerprints were made is not the main issue.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice?
The issue is who these unknown prints belong to. They're certainly not Bonnie the Pham's. But what if they belong to the person standing right in front of us?
Oh! You mean Bonnie number 2 is the second Bonnie? Is that what you're implying?
It's preposterous to suggest that those prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, can you really look at her and still say that?
Sad. What are you looking at? Take a picture. It'll last longer.
What could this be?
If we check her prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to the real you belong to you, don't they? Bonnie number 2. What's going on?
But witness! Is what the defense has said true?
Fine, I'll admit it. The fingerprints are mine.
Then, does that mean you aren't Bonnie the Pham? What? Ridiculous!
Who the hell is this lady? What's happening? Listen, this is like that one, like I mentioned it before. It's like in Dual Destinies' third case, where that one dude joked about being like, "Ah, yes, actually, I used a body double. I was using a body double. That's how I saw the murder happen in the courtyard, or something, or I did the murder." And everyone just treated it as like he's losing his mind. This is ridiculous. That would not. No, that's not possible. But this case is doing that. This case is literally like, oh yeah, no, she totally had 2 bodies. It's fine. 2 fucking bodies.
Are there really 2 bodies?
Nope. There's only one Bonnie. That's because
Wait, what?
I'm Betty.
Oh my god. You're Betty the Pham? Twin sisters?
Betty the Pham.
What? Now her name has changed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp in amazement as the lagomorphing illusionist performs her teleportation magic. Watch closely. It's showtime.
Huh? And she's gone. And she's right there. Oh, that's Bonnie. Dude's like, yeah, that's great. And Nayuta's like, I'm not having any of this. Oh my god. What's going on right now? Bravo! Bravo.
What an amazing trick! The witness has suddenly split into two people!
It's not a trick. No gimmick to it either. We're simply twins.
What? Twins?
So that's how the teleportation trick works. Ever since our debut, I've had to hide or pretend I'm Bonnie. All cute and sweet and goody-goody. I can't tell you how stressful it's been. But I don't have to hide anymore. That's right. Our days of sneaking around are finally over.
Their cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it? Guess the therapy worked. They do look adorable.
So, which one of you is the nice Bonnie, the fam, and we met in the dressing room? That would be me.
So you're actually nice, or unless you're both pretending to be evil. And the Sharp Town Bonnie we saw with the ratings Raja under stage was...
Hey, who are you calling sharp-tongued?
It's all starting to make sense now. In addition to the prints from victim Bonnie, Betty the Fam's fingerprints were found on the tap. I'm starting to doubt that any of these two killed the dude.
So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it?
It certainly does. During the show, it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time. So Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. But Betty, on the other hand, who was under stage, did have the opportunity. So, yeah, one of you's going to jail. What the? This man's like, this is my first fucking trial. Really? Fucking twins?
Well, so we now have two suspects.
Well, we only have one suspect to be fair.
Wait just a minute there, Lobster Boy. I didn't do it. That's right. Betty might have a foul mouth, but she never killed anybody. Hey, who's got foul mouth here, huh? Well, speak up, huh?
Oh my god. Hold it. Please save your sibling squabbling for later. Still tackling her. Please calm down. Betty, you must have been understage in the understage passage during the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage lifts being moved. So, what exactly were you doing down there? Oh, actually, now that does make sense, though. I did question, like, why did Bonnie at all unlock the actual door if she was behind it, quote unquote? Or even if she wasn't behind it, why would she help us at all? Like, why would she unlock the door? And then it makes sense that Bonnie did do it and Betty went down there. Also, Betty just up and blabbed about her entire feelings about Chusi. And had they been one person, she would have known that we were down there. She opened the door for us. So that those actions don't make sense if it was one person. It revealing that it was two different people. It's like, no, that makes a ton of sense. Betty didn't know we were down there to begin with. That actually is pretty smart.
Fine, I'll testify. Anything to get you off my back.
Prosecutor Sahdmadhi, Betty the Fam is ready to testify. What do you say?
Also, let's look at their things. Bonnie the Fam, age 19, performed teleportation magic during the show. Betty the Fam, magician who performed with Drucy. She is actually Bonnie's twin sister. There she is. Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Hey, what else could I do? I couldn't blow our cover and ruin the magic act. Besides, I'm gonna go to your Twilight Hill or whatever for being a... Besides, am I gonna go to your Twilight Hill or whatever for being a liar?
Yes, you will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather,
I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell. Now then, Betty the Farm, please explain to this court. What exactly were you doing under the stage?
That being said, Bonnie, if you like Trucy, come on, you should be okay with this plan. Come on, what is this?
It's true. I had business in the understage passage because of the upcoming trick. It was the fire truck, the one Mr. Roos was supposed to do. That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident.
Shut up! You're gonna give it away!
Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have a chance to kill Mr. Roos.
That was certainly different.
How's that for a flawless testimony and alibi?
Ta-da! Oh, look at them, they're going off. Oh my god. She's holding her by her butt.
Our magic is real. It's not a trick or a gimmick. You're heavy.
Oh my, she's floating! Dude, you can see the hands! Your Honor. You can see she's being held up from below.
You were supposed to pretend you didn't see that. It's a little something called etiquette.
But I can't help it. Whenever I see a contradiction or a consistency, I just have to point it out. It's the lawyer blood in him.
Now then, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Yeah, I can kind of guess what we're gonna cross-examine here, but let's just press the statements anyway. Why not? Business in the Interstate Passage. Upcoming trick. If you were in the Interstate Passage, which, need I remind you, was the crime scene, then you most certainly should be counted as a potential suspect.
I don't have any motive to kill Mr. Roos.
But by your own admission, by your own admission, hate Miss Wright. When she was arrested as a suspect, you said it was what she deserved. Objection. So you believe the witness killed a man simply due to her dislike of Trucy Wright? And your battery is low. As a motive, is that not improbable at best? But whatever hatred caused her to bear a strong sense of malice against my client. Let me also charge that just in case.
Look, Trucy just made me mad, that's all. I mean, even though she's younger than me, she's got so much skill and popularity. And she's cute besides. She makes me so mad. I wish she would drop dead.
Ladies!
What are you doing, Betty? I'm so stay. But Betty, don't talk like that. They'll arrest you. Shut your yap.
So, was it simple jealousy?
Say, Betty, that next trick you were getting ready for.
The fire truck. Bonnie, we're trying to get Betty's testimony right now, so...
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
You can step down if you'd like, or...
I'm worried about Betty, though. She can lose her temper and say awful things sometimes. Hey, what are you, my mother? Don't forget, I'm the older sister. You got that? Yes, I got it.
Oh my god. I guess I'd worry about Mount Betty constantly blowing her top if I was Bonnie too. So, Betty, you were down on your stage getting ready for the fire truck, were you?
That's right.
Very good. Huh. And you were taking every necessary precaution, is that right?
Of course, every precaution. After all, it's a very dangerous trick that uses real fire. I mean, we had to be ready in case the curtain caught on fire or something, right? By the time people realized it wasn't a part of the act, it might be too late, huh?
If by people you mean Athena Sykes, then yes. Damn! Shit!
Wow, a fire trick. That sounds really impressive.
Your beard would go up in smoke, old man. I bet people would mistake you for a cue ball or something when at it.
A cue ball?
But Betty, don't be rude to the judge. Betty, you know that that fire trick? It was in the script. I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident.
I see, the fire trick was part of the script. It seems Mr. Roos was scheduled to perform it later in the show. Did you not get to see him practice it beforehand?
No. During rehearsal, he said he didn't feel well, so he couldn't breathe any fire from me.
Wait, let me get this straight. He couldn't breathe fire because he wasn't feeling well?
My magical powers appear to be on the wane today. That's what he said.
So it was just part of his usual, the great Mr. Roos shtick.
It's really too bad I didn't get to see the trick because of the incident. Which was completely unexpected, of course.
Unexpected.
Hey!
That's it.
Shut your trap! Shut up! You're gonna give it away! Anyway, I was real busy.
Oh, well.
Hold it!
Give what away? So what exactly do you mean you're gonna give it away?
See, Bonnie, you and your big mouth! Now Lobster Boy wants to know what we're talking about! Sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, if you were preparing for the next magic trick, I'm sure you wouldn't have had time to commit the murder.
Wow, looks like the elf geezer isn't seen out just yet, huh? I bet you'll live a good, long life.
Ho ho ho! I plan to be sitting up here at least another 10 years. I need to be ready for Ace turning 7.
10 more years? I don't know about that.
What did we discuss about inner monologues, Athena?
Well, more power to you, I guess. In any case, I was so busy I didn't have the time to off anybody.
Hold it!
You're too busy to off anybody, huh? Are you just trying to cover for Betty?
No, of course not. I believe in my sister. I know she'd never murder anyone.
But you think my client would?
No, I believe in Trucy too. I know she'd never murder anyone either.
Well, we just ran out of suspects in that case. You can come up with any more, please?
Yes, but, See, you should have just kept your mouth shut, dummy. You're just making a fool of yourself. Just be nice and quiet like a good little bunny, got it? Alright, I guess I'm no help.
Oh boy. It's impossible to get anything out of Bonnie with Betty right there. So Betty was too busy getting ready for the next trick to have time for the murder, huh?
There must be some way to prove that that wasn't the case.
Yeah, we can't, yeah. After all that pressing, we knew what we were gonna do, but, yeah. I was real busy. But which specific statement? It's the first one does have her say, I had business in the understage passage because of the upcoming trick. Probably the one where, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. Probably this one. I was real busy. Either that one or these last two statements, probably. Either one of them. But we know the evidence, though.
Objection!
Okay, so it's this, the last one. Isn't the witness's statement inconsistent with this piece of evidence? I mean, technically it is, but no, not really.
No, it's not.
Let's go and move on. Alright, I'll let it go and move on.
Not before you take this penalty, would you? Here you go. I'm not taking that penalty. Get out of here with that. Oh, so not that one. It's the last statement. Too busy to kill Mr.
Objection!
Okay, so no, it has to be the other ones. Oh, I presented the evidence with plenty of confidence. That confidence is waning by the second. Well, how about it, Mr. Justice? You just stayed silent there after all. Do you have any consistency to show the court, or? I was just doing some vocal training, so feel free to continue, to be honest. And overlook the damage you've done to our hearing, Mr. Justice? I think not. Ouch, what about the damage you did to my pride, Your Honor? No. Okay. So it has to be none of those statements. I really want to see it, but I couldn't. Because of the accident. To be honest, any of these could have been it. This one, though.
Objection!
Okay, there we go. So again, it was another case of, I know what the evidence is, but I just don't know which statement to do. I feel like the last game was actually very easy with that, because it'd be like, the character would go into inner monologue on the specific statement and be like, oh, okay, this must be it. This must be the statement you have to contradict. But now it's like a little more vaguer. I hate to break it this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier.
Oh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, forehead boy.
No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick. No one except me, you mean? I mean, until today.
Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. Huh? We do?
I told you to keep it zipped! No, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about the flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage except for a layer of dust. It would have been funny if it hit her, the other one. You didn't attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty?
You got me!
All those poor umbrellas. Probably cost a fortune. Betty the Bomb! You will explain yourself!
There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty. We can't hide it any longer. You might as well tell them.
Shut up! You can barely take care of yourself. Don't try and tell me what to do. Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she is afraid of fire. Knew the show wouldn't go on. Was slacking off. Knew the show wouldn't go on. You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and the show would then be cancelled. Oh, damn, girl. Hang on.
Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man. I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off. Is that what you want? Huh?
Objection!
Objection! Whatever. They can go back. They can? Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician.
Objection.
You have been chasing the shadow of an illusory culprit defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away. Huh? Exactly. Where's your proof, huh? I just provided some. And yet I can see that the witness's taste for false words has also been proven. I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness.
The deceitful trickery? Objection. As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. Huh! But all these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way.
Does that mean you're admitting your guilt?
Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do. You, Lobster Boy, Cue Ball Geezer, Headcase Brat, Cerberus Monk.
Cerberus Monk?
Cue Ball Geezer.
Headcase Brat? Really? Hold it! Betty, calm down. Come on now. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you.
And how do you know the show would be called off before the fire trick?
I told you. We can't reveal our secrets.
Is it a magic trick?
We're under contract.
Oh, damn it, that bastard. Contract? What is she talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case. Objection! Oh? I'm beginning to see the comic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case. You are?
Oh.
Every time the word honk appears, I just keep thinking of the honk cat. He goes, huh? So stupid. My chair on the wire? Oh no. Sorry about that. Move my chair a bit. Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim understage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. Huh. That in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion, all seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Oh. Ouch! Planned out? After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports. I even browsed tabloid magazines. Well, you perused physical media. That was your first mistake. You have to go on the internet nowadays.
Very industrious of you. I'm impressed.
During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. practice called the hidden camera prank.
Wait. You're not about to tell me this entire thing was just a prank, bro? Just one big social experiment? What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh, is that... And then the guy was gonna interrupt the show, not via murder, question mark, but via fucking dragon falling in the middle of it, and that was an interruption of the show. They couldn't continue if that happened. Therefore, then they would like win a bunch of money. So it's possible that neither of the people that we have met so far, despite me wanting it to be Mr. Roger here, are the murderer. Dude, this guy committed suicide. That'd be fucking ridiculous. It's possible. Still, though, Roger at this point is highly possibly the suspect. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan by Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Is that true?
Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore. Dang it! Fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a prank. A social experiment. A big setup planned in advance. Mr. Roos showing up dead in the coffin? The set piece falling down? It was all completely scripted.
Except for the fact that he actually died, though. I'm assuming he was supposed to fake die.
It was all a prank?
Unless he's actually alive. He's alive right now.
Bonnie, is this really true?
It would be illegal. They would all be fucking breaking the law if they just pretended to be a dead body. But there's an actual ass autopsy report, so he's fucking really dead. Man of mystery. Shock as a result of being stabbed through the back with a sharp blade. The victim's real name was Man of Mystery.
Yes, Mr. Roos was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go.
So he was in on it too.
That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin, and then the set piece would fall down. Juicy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went.
What? What the heck kind of prank is that? It's like, yay, someone died. Oh, whoops, you got pranked. Like, what the fuck?
But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Roos.
I'm so completely lost right now.
Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
Alright, I guess desperate time called for desperate measures. Just this once. We'll share how it was done with you. So listen carefully, you'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else.
Bunny and a bat. Adorable. Alright.
After a teleportation trick, I went down understage. When Mr. Roos's body appeared from the coffin on stage, it was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right, I used the remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece and made it fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Roos to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up and away. That was how it was scripted anyway. But for some reason, he really did turn up dead.
So he kind of just stayed on the ground.
Yeah, but dead bodies can't come back to life. Well, what kind of sick joke is that? It's fucked up. It sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. What's wrong with you people? The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Whatever. It's all the ratings Raja's idea anyway. Yeah, it sounds like just that kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. This is the prank plan script we got from the ratings, Raja.
Corpse appearing and the set piece falling were staged by Roger Rittens.
Dang it! You made us break our contract. Now we won't get paid!
But where does this all leave us? I'm pretty sure when murder is involved, you can break your contract. I think it's fine. Who killed the victim and when?
Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Roos was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as a part of the prank, then he was understage. There would still be life with him. Oh, and then when he was understage, there would still be life with him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also understage, may be excluded from our list of suspects. Witness, was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin?
Oh, well, now that we've spilled the beans, we might as well show you with this video.
You have video? Oh, we never got a voice for this guy. Greetings, viewers. It is I, the great Mr. Roos. We are currently in the middle of Chusi's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Chusi. Teehee. I'm about to hide in the coffin, which Chusi will stab with her rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, ho ho! I will be in it, acting as though I've met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Chusi's face then? Ho ho! I can hardly wait! Oh shit, I forgot the twins. Yeah, welcome to the... Yeah, we got the reveal, like a half hour ago.
He's about to hide in the coffin?
This isn't good.
It would seem the threats of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. The victim passed through the understage where Betty the Fam was and came up into the backstage area. We noticed because Mr. Roos appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw. It appears that way, yes. Defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Roos entered the coffin.
Oh! So does that mean...
Yes, it is horrible but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. Went into the coffin where Mr. Roos was hiding.
Chusi right thrust her blade. Even if that's true, it would have been an accident.
See? Told you so.
So you're saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank?
It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank?
Yo, Chusi, say no.
What?
Tell him, Chusi.
You didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it.
Objection. Still think you can play innocent, do you? That case, you leave me little no choice but to present this piece of evidence. Oh, what's going on now? It looks like some sort of note.
That's...
I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now. What's this?
Let's see. It says, Bonnie, get the video camera after Miss Roos comes tumbling out.
It is a note signed by the accused.
That signature is forged!
Instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Roos's video camera from him, it seems.
I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank.
It does bear her signature. I'll give you that much. So the defendant had prior knowledge to the prank. It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is not knowing what happened, Miss Wright.
Of course not! And I didn't write or sign that note.
But the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit.
But I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Oh. Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not?
I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Roos. You have to believe me.
This isn't looking good. This is not great.
Yo, Apollo, do something. The silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the dreads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate.
No, I didn't do it. I knew it.
That sweet little girl, a murderer?
She took us all of us for an act.
I told you so. I knew she would, Zakella.
But I didn't do it. I really didn't. Why doesn't anybody believe me?
Yo, Apollo. Shut up, killer! You don't fall for that anymore. Yo, Apollo. Do something! You're a lawyer! This is bad. Clap. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves. Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court finds the defendant choose the objection. Yo, what up? It's me. It's Apollo. The defense has an objection.
Apollo?
Damn right, we're here. Don't worry, we're not dead yet. You, even now, you would. I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me,
And Trucy, who's put all of her faith in me.
Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence to which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct?
Yes, of course, Your Honor.
Do we really have anything, Apollo?
Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here.
Very well, Mr. Justice, you may proceed.
As we saw in the show footage, there's no question that the defendant thrust a sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let's not forget that this was a magic show, filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value.
So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved?
Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now, what was it Trucy told me that she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin?
Very well, let's see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim.
You will be severely penalized if I find you bluffing. That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Miss Wright, I keep thinking Mr. because it's been Mr. so long, Miss Wright used was not the cause of death. Not the autopsy report. Back with a sharp blade. Contains the rubber sword. Trucy says she swapped for the trick. Honestly, I have no idea. Probably that one though. It's the only one I can think of. Why is this note printed? It just printed and then it's just like, oh yeah, fucking, she printed the note. I'm about to fail. Sword stand.
What's this? A sword from the show?
That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand understage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword. And she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did.
I see. So the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage?
Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one. Clap. Do you not know when to give up, Stinkbug? That's impossible. I thought it was red pepper. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one. Objection! That blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater, there was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there. Huh? Come on. If the sword of the accused used was a rubber one. Oh. Then when exactly do you propose the victim was killed? Given that Mr. Roos was alive when he entered that coffin.
Objection!
Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial.
Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue.
Very well, Your Honor.
Yes, I saved it!
Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. There are traces of blood in one of the coffin holes. It's possible the blood was placed after the fact.
Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and the defense to use this time to prepare.
Oh, thank God. April 28th. The district, blah, blah, blah. Guys, as you can see by the time, it's 10:30. It's around my bedtime. I'm sorry, y'all. I did say I'd go for 2 hours. I actually went for 2.5 hours. So that's a pretty good amount of time. But we will have to stop in the middle of a trial. Which I usually don't do, but yeah, this is quite long. This was, however, fun. The twin thing does make more sense as the trial went on, so it was kind of a cool twist. It's also the way this trial is presenting. It does seem like Mr. Roger here is probably the killer. My only reason why there would have been a second trial day is the fingerprints who was unknown at the time, but now we know that Betty is a person here, so that leaves it to me to think that this trial is going to be finished in today, in this in-game day. But I'm not sure. Quite possible. I already saved him, saving it again. Just for the sake of it. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this all unveils. And that, I think, is indeed it.